I received a question, and I'm going to answer that question based on my experiences, what I know, my opinion. Question asked is Paul Vunak real? Alright, is what he's teaching real? Is he a real martial artist? Whatever. Alright, so I'm going to speak to you and let you know what I know about this guy and how I found out about him and stuff like that. First of all, I didn't know who the hell this dude was. I just heard his name thrown around. Some people contact me, say, I'm learning from Paul Vunak and all this other stuff. I'm like, who the hell is that dude? I don't even know. Some guy that claimed himself to be practicing Jeet Kune Do stopped by my kun when I first opened, and he mentioned the name Paul Vunak in some type of Jeet Kune Do circle and all this stuff. I didn't know what he was talking about. And then this is what happened. Maybe 6 months into me having my kun open, I received a package in the mail, alright, containing a bunch of DVDs from this Paul Vunak dude. Alright, so I'm going to show you these DVDs to show you that I'm not joking around. Somebody sent me these DVDs out of nowhere. And here it is. Alright, this is one of them. It says counter drills or whatever for when his hands go up, Bruce Lee's energy drills. Alright, there's a bunch of them. I'm not going to go over all the sledgehammer, attributes for intensive martial arts weapons, mass attack, pushing and pulling, attributes 5, attributes 2, how to gain entry, killer instinct, infallible straight blast, how to become auto-proof in 1 weekend, attributes 3, ultimate street self-defense, anatomy of street fight, slash proof, anatomy of street fight, functional training to control an opponent, rapid assault tactics, killer instinct, barbaric biting, advanced world-class trapping. Okay, so I got all this stuff in the mail, and I'm like, who the hell is this dude? And then it started things going through my mind, what's going on, why would somebody send me this stuff? Now, when you get stuff for free, there's a positive and negative to it, alright? But the way I viewed it was like, you know what, I got my own way of teaching, I come up with my own thing, I got my own business going, I got my own label going. I'm not claiming no Jeet Kune Do or nothing like that. And I felt that whoever, that maybe they're trying to recruit me to pass on the legacy of this dude, who I never even met, and I don't even know who this dude is, but they're maybe saying, hey, train under this system and represent this system and accept this person as your master or whatever. And I'm like, no, that was what's going through my mind. I'm like, no, there's no way I'm going to do that. This is my own thing. I'm calling it Freddy's Modern Kung Fu, and I got my own way of teaching. And whatever they sent me, I didn't watch it. Because I feel that I already know what I know. All the stuff, all the truth is within me. I know everything that needs to be known. You know what I'm saying? I don't need somebody to show me their way when I already have my own. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nice for somebody to give me this stuff for free, but I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? And, those are hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars worth of DVDs, training videos. And I think I went on dude's website, I looked at the website, and I maybe just popped in one of those DVDs just to see his teaching style, whatever he's talking about. And that's the only information I know about this dude. Now, what I do know also, that I found out that this dude is, I guess, one of the golden child of Danny Insano. So his basically his primary instructor, like Danny Insano's like basically primary disciple, you know. And this dude is making a bunch load of money. If you go on his website, he's got hundreds of people certified under his system, and he's got people, trainers, instructors all over the nation. And I think they had this secretive like little circle, this Jikundo circle, where everybody knows each other, and it seems like they're going around recruiting people or whatever. What's going on? That's what it seems like is going on with this thing. This guy's making a lot of damn money. Now, whether or not I think he's real, I mean, first off, if I talk trash, chances are, I don't know, they might come after me. Especially when they're giving me stuff for free and they're like, no, on top of that, we gave you this stuff for free and you're talking trash about us, you know what I'm saying? So it's not to my benefit to talk trash about this dude, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just going to state some facts to let you see for yourself whether or not this thing is real. Alright? Now, Bruce Lee, for example, was ahead of his time. Nobody was at his level back then. And even to this day, it'd be hard to even find somebody even close to his level. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for me, I'm not going to say I'm better than Bruce. I'm not going to say I'm worse than Bruce. You know what I'm saying? But what I say is, I do what I do, I work hard, I train hard, I do what I can. You know, and for all I know, I could consider myself not all that great. I could consider myself not even real myself. So I'll say that nobody is real, nobody out there is real, including myself. So what I say right now is I use myself as a gauge. If people can't even do stuff that I can do, then they're even less real than me. You know what I'm saying? So I expect a person that's real to be like the best in the world or whatever, or one of the best in the world, to outdo me in everything that you could think of. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I envision it. And if they can't do what I could do, then they're not real either. You know what I'm saying? That's how I use myself as a gauge. You know what I'm saying? So no matter if it's whoever you see in Hollywood, if it's Chuck Norris or Jim Kelly, somebody sent me an email about him, Bolo Young, Wesley Snipes, Matt Damon, Denzel Washington, Will Smith, all these people out there. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, all these people out there, right? Donnie Yen, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Tony Jaa. I mean, if they're considered like so-called the greatest in the world in what they do, right? And say I could do, you know, something simple like the splits or something, or I could do like 50 pull-ups or whatever. If they can't even do what I could do, then how are they supposed to be the greatest? You know what I'm saying? That's the way that I see it. You know, because I work hard to see what I can do. And these people can't even do what I can do, then they're clearly not the greatest. You know, and look, I'm looking to learn from the greatest. And whether or not, my simple answer to whether or not this Paul Vunak guy is one of the greatest, I'll be like, no. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Not even close. Alright, because look at it like this. Bruce Lee is considered one of the greatest. So you learn directly from him. And what do you learn? What did he have out there? The movies and his books. The original writings from him. That's all that's left. Now he ran across a few people during his lifetime that he trained with. Some of them were his students. Some of them were his training partners. Okay? Now these are all facts. He trained and he sparred with Chuck Norris. But Chuck Norris was not his disciple. Chuck Norris had his own fame, had his own style, had his own thing going on. At the time that he met Bruce, I think he had more fame than Bruce. So Bruce was trying to look to him to get some fame himself. You know, so Chuck Norris had his own style going on, had his own movies, had his own fame. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for him to become a disciple of Bruce, because he's like, you know what, I'm at a higher level than you. At least in regards to fame, you might be quicker than me a little bit, you might be a little more muscular, but still I got more fame than you, I got more success. You know what I'm saying? So he's not going to be his disciple, right? So he would spar with Bruce, and it is attributed to him to be one of the reasons why Bruce decided to start kicking high. He was encouraged by Chuck Norris that, you shouldn't just eliminate all high kicks. This can be used, to be quite effective. So Bruce started to incorporate that into his way of training. You know what I'm saying? But they were training partners. Now, to me, Chuck Norris is at a higher level than Danny Insano. You know what I'm saying? And to me, Chuck Norris ain't shit. Like, he's not all that great. So if Chuck Norris is not all that great, right? And then Danny Insano's not all that great. Hold on. I'm making a video. What? Yeah, just tell me later. I'm making a video. Alright, so if Chuck Norris ain't all that great, which he clearly wasn't, and Danny Sano's not even at Chuck Norris's level, then where does Paul Vunak, where does he come into play? He's the disciple of Danny Sano. So you see the whole watering down process is not even close to where Bruce is. Bruce is like up here, Chuck Norris is like way down here, and then even lower than that is Danny Sano, even lower than that. And then Paul Vunak is just even lower. You just keep going lower and lower and lower. The whole thing is just destroyed. Where is the quality control? There is none, because really, Bruce Lee didn't certify Chuck Norris to be his successor. Clearly didn't. He destroyed him in the movie. He's showing to the public that, hey, Chuck Norris ain't shit. He ain't at this level. So I'm gonna destroy him, and on top of that, I'm gonna choke him and kill him in the movie as well. You know what I'm saying? So he's showing that Chuck Norris not even close to me. Alright, so don't even mess with that. You know what I'm saying? And then if you look at Danny Insano, his fight scene with Danny Insano, Bruce Lee destroyed Danny Insano. He also killed Danny Insano in the movie too. You see, Danny Insano didn't even come close to even messing with Bruce. Alright? So Bruce is indicating that this dude ain't shit either. You know what I'm saying? I destroyed him. Alright, the Danny Insano is not that big of a guy, about the same size of Bruce. He's not even close to Bruce at all. Okay, so imagine, you got this dude that just got destroyed by Bruce, but then now he's training somebody, and then you're supposed to think that that somebody that he's training is supposed to be just as good as Bruce. It's not like that, okay? So basically, Danny Insano was Bruce's friend. Okay? Now Danny Insano had his own martial art way and his own way of training, but then when he met Bruce, he accepted Bruce as his Sifu, and then he became Bruce's disciple. But even as Bruce's disciple, it doesn't mean that he's at Bruce's level. He wasn't even close to his level at all. And if it wasn't for Bruce, nobody even know who the hell Danny Insano is. If he didn't put Danny Insano in that movie, nobody would know who the hell that dude is. And that dude wouldn't nearly be making as much money as he is now. Nobody would, and then if nobody even knew who he was, who the hell would even know who this Paul Vunak dude is? Nobody would know who the fuck both of them are. And they both wouldn't be making any damn money. But because, he was friends with Bruce, and he was in a movie with Bruce, Okay, now everybody knows who he is, and then now they start profiting a shitload of money. You know what I'm saying? Because they showed some type of connection with Bruce. But just because he's friends with Bruce doesn't mean that he's at Bruce's level in his training. Alright? It doesn't mean that at all. Okay? Linda Lee was, you know, Bruce's wife, but it doesn't mean that she's at his level of training. His daughter was Bruce's daughter, part of his blood. Doesn't mean that she's at his level of training. Basically, you know, for example, Michael Jordan has a son, but doesn't mean his son is as good as he used to be. He's not even close. Not even close. Okay? Now, who is close to being where Michael Jordan is? Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. But they have nothing to do with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan didn't train them like one-on-one. Michael Jordan didn't give birth to them or anything like that. They just worked their asses off. They got inspired by Michael to get to his level. And now, look at it. They're pretty much at his level. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when it comes to Bruce, you get inspired by him through his movies, through his books. And then it can inspire you to become great yourself. You don't necessarily have to meet him face to face and then have him breathe on you. Just the fact of his work, his art, inspiring you can inspire you to become great. And it's done that for many people. Okay? There's a lot of successful boxers out there because of the inspiration from Bruce. There's a lot of successful rap artists out there because of the inspiration from Bruce. There's a lot of successful people in general out there because of the inspiration from Bruce. Bruce didn't have to like breathe on you and spit on you and look at you directly in the eyes to give you that inspiration. You understand what I'm saying? So just because Danny Insano was friends with Bruce it doesn't really mean shit. Okay? Danny Insano clearly was not nearly at Bruce's level. Not even there. Not even close. He wasn't even at Chuck Norris's level. So this dude that's being trained by Danny Insano, he's not even, I mean, he's just off the Richter scale. It's just somebody that's he's not even at the high school level of basketball. And then we're talking about the NBA here. We're not talking about high school basketball anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, alright? Bruce Lee was like a Michael Jordan for the martial arts, okay? And like basically Paul Vunak didn't even make the college cut. Okay, he didn't even make the college team, so how the hell is he gonna get Michael Jordan's level? He's not even close at all. Okay, now Danny Insano is kind of like a bench warmer on the team, like on the Bulls team. Michael Jordan's the star player. Danny Insano is like the bench warmer. He's not even a starter. Okay, Chuck Norris is like he just made the starting team just by the last choice. They had no other choice but to put Chuck Norris in there. You know what I'm saying? He's like he's like a Steve Kerr or some shit. Michael Jordan and then Steve Kerr is like Chuck Norris. You understand? So none of these people are even close. None of them. Alright, so the Paul Vunak dude, he's a good businessman. He knows how to market to make a shitload of money off of somebody else's name. That's what I give him credit for. Dude's fucking rich. Dude is known by a bunch of different people because he knew how to make money off of somebody else's name. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing that's going on with Danny Insano. He knows how to make money off of Bruce's name, milking off that. It's the same thing with Shannon Lee, knowing how to milk off Bruce's name to make some money. It's the same thing with Linda Lee, knowing how to milk off Bruce to make some money. You know what I'm saying? And how could you not? Because it's just right there. Hey, you know, either work full-time being a waitress, making minimum wage, or milk off Bruce's name and then make millions of dollars. Which one do you choose? Obviously, they're going to choose the one, let's milk off his name and make millions of dollars. None of these motherfuckers, none of them are even close, not even close to being at where Bruce was. You know, at his level of expression in the martial arts. Not Linda Lee, not Shannon Lee, not Brandon Lee, not John Little, not Danny Insano, not Chuck Norris, not Paul Vunak, nobody, not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, okay, none of these people, none, okay, so I just want to make that clear, and if you don't see it yourself, I mean, open your eyes, okay, look at The Game of Death. The Game of Death, Bruce died before he finished making that movie. Alright, and then who did they have replace him? Some dude that looked a little bit like him, but his skill level was clearly not even close to Bruce. But at least the dude looked like Bruce Lee, and they threw him in the movie to try to finish up the movie. But you know that's not Bruce. And if you think that that was Bruce, then you are messed up in the head. You need to have your head checked. You know, I mean, when I was really little, when I was like 9 years old, I thought it was Bruce. But then I realized later on, oh, that's not Bruce. Oh man, that's not the real guy. You know what I'm saying? So basically, the dude, but at least he looked like Bruce. But look at this guy. I mean, does he even look like Bruce? Not at all. I mean, this is a white dude with brown hair. Clearly, this is not Bruce. So why would you accept this person to be Bruce? He is not Bruce Lee. He's his own person. He's Paul Vunak. Now, if he comes up with his own label, like Paul Vunak, street self-defense skills, then that's fine. I respect that. You know, promote your own label. But don't claim yourself to be Bruce. Don't claim yourself to be practicing Jeet Kune Do, because you're not. You know what I'm saying? The only person that could claim Jeet Kune Do is Bruce himself, and he's dead. So we gotta start a new label now. And if you try to take his own label, you deserve to get sued, because that's pretty much how it's supposed to be. I mean, if you look at these copyright laws, these trademark laws, they're there to protect people's reputations, businesses' reputations. You can't just take a label and then use it for your own and expect not to get sued. Okay, you gotta create your own thing. You know what I'm saying? So don't call it Jeet Kune Do. Come up with your own thing. You know what I'm saying? Paul Vunak Street Self-Defense System. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But you know that if he says Paul Vunak Street Self-Defense, people are like, who the hell is Paul Vunak? I ain't gonna learn from that scrub. But then if you're like, oh, you know, no. This is Jeet Kune Do. Oh, no. The people are like, oh, you know Jeet Kune Do? Okay, now all of a sudden you're making a bunch of money. But that's pretty much what they're doing. They're exploiting it. Exploiting the Jeet Kune Do label to profit for themselves. But look at the people themselves. They are not at a high level. The dude's not at a high level. Danny Asano's not at a high level. You know, Chuck Norris is not at a high. None of these dudes are at a high level. Now, who's at a high level? As stated, Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Tony Jaa. That's it. Those are the only people that I accept to be people that are at a high level. You know what I'm saying? They are like the three top people, just like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. The top three in basketball. Those are the top three in the world of the martial arts. But other than that, everybody else, they're not even close. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's the way I see it. You know, and I don't, you know, another thing about this dude is, okay, you got all this stuff teaching people how to kill people, how to hurt people, but where the hell is the spirit? Not even one DVD was dedicated to meditation or spirituality or Eastern philosophy or wisdom or mentioning of the Tao or none of that. It was just all just, hey, you know, let's just kill this person. Bite the living hell out of him, punch the living hell out of him, kill and strangle this guy. But where the hell is the spirit? That's another thing that clearly shows that he's not real. You know what I'm saying? How could you be a real martial artist if you ain't got nothing connected to the spirit whatsoever? You know what I'm saying? So the dude's not highly athletic either. The dude ain't like a world-class athlete. You know, I really highly doubt he could pop out 50 pull-ups. I highly doubt that he could come close to benching twice his weight. I highly doubt, you know what I'm saying, that he could even do the human flag. I highly doubt he could do to even pass the FMK fitness test that I've established. You know what I'm saying? I highly doubt he can even do the splits. Dude's athletic level is not even close to being elite. Alright? The spirit is just completely out the window. There's none of that indicated whatsoever. All that's left is some combat knowledge, but that stuff ain't nothing special. He makes it a lot more complicated than it really has to be. Because really, you don't really need all those DVDs. Really, you could just do one DVD. Because really, it's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? To beat somebody's ass is not that damn difficult. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, he just overcomplicates the shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I see it. You know what I mean? He's not even close. Not even close to being at Bruce's level. So I don't accept him as a teacher. I don't accept him as a teacher. Now, who do I accept as teachers? The people that have gone beyond Bruce. And as far as spirituality is concerned, a bunch of people have gone beyond Bruce in the spirituality level. That's why he even sought out himself to look for people to learn from, like J. Krishnamurti. You know what I'm saying? And Buddha and the Tao and Lao Tzu and all that. Because he knew that his spirit needed work. You know what I'm saying? He knew that his spirituality needed work. And that's why he was going off learning from those sages. And those are the people that I learned from. These are the people I recommend for you to learn from. Lao Tzu, okay? Osho, Buddha. Those are the three main people. Lao Tzu, Osho, Buddha. Those are the three main dudes. Those are the guys you should be learning from. Not Paul Vunak, not Danny Insano, not Chuck Norris, you know, not all these people out there that aren't even close to Bruce. You know what I'm saying? Bruce is down here. Osho, Buddha, and you know what I'm saying, Lao Tzu are like way up there. Now they might not be at Bruce's physical level, but their spirit and their intelligence is like way beyond Bruce, and that's where we should be learning from. As far as physical is concerned, I mean, you see with your own eyes, okay? Say you could do 50 pull-ups and then this dude can only do 10. Why would you learn from the dude that could do 10 pull-ups when you could do 50 yourself? It's common sense. You know what I'm saying? Say you could do the splits. Why would you learn from some dude that can't even get close to the splits? You gotta go beyond. You gotta learn from people that can do stuff that go beyond what you could do. If somebody could do the human flag and you can't, then learn from that person. But don't learn from somebody that's way weaker than you. You understand? It's just clear common sense. You understand? And these people that, you know, Paul Vunak, Danny Insano, Chuck Norris, their physical level is just it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. Cause I know my shit ain't nothing. How the hell could these people can't even do the stuff that I could do? So I'm not gonna learn from these people. I'm gonna learn from the people that I saw on YouTube that's doing all this crazy ass shit that I can't even get close to doing. Dude's doing like one-arm pull-ups like nothing. I can't do that, so I'm gonna figure out how the hell these people learn how to do that. You know, people doing the human flags and just moving around all freaking graceful and stuff. I can't do that. Let me learn that. You know what I'm saying? People doing their iron cross like it ain't nothing, holding it out there for like 3 minutes. I can't do that. Let me see what I can learn from these people that can do things that I cannot do myself. That's who you learn from. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, you're super fit yourself. You don't learn from the people that can't even do half of the stuff you could do. It's just common sense. You understand? So these people are not even close to where Bruce was. So don't even pay attention to them. Don't even waste your time. You know what I'm saying? Use Bruce as a starting point. Read his books. Watch his movies. And then learn from people that have gone beyond him. You know what I'm saying? If you can't find people that have gone beyond him, then don't even bother with the scrubs that are way below him. Don't even bother. They're just going to confuse the living hell out of you because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Seriously. Find the wisdom within yourself, actually. Start from Bruce, learn from the people beyond them, and then look towards the wisdom within yourself because all the answers are right there, and that's what Buddha says himself. All the wisdom is within us. All we got to do is just realize that. And then that's when you become enlightened, and then you'll see that you got to learn from all this nonsense out there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all nonsense. You see all those DVDs I showed you, it's all nonsense. You don't need all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is within here, and that's the real, you know. But that's my true view on this dude, you know, and that's it, you know. Stick to the real. Stick to the real, and just think about it, man. Bruce was good, but he wasn't all that good. There's people that's gone beyond him, and we gotta learn from the people that's gone beyond him. Understand that. Alright, Bruce, you know, his fame, nobody's going to be able to get as much fame as he did. But there's a bunch of people out there that have a lot of talent that don't have that much fame. You got to find those people out, find those people, learn from them. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. It's going to be hard to find somebody that has a lot of fame that's really talented at the same time. Typically, you're going to find a bunch of people that have a lot of fame but no talent. And then you'll find a lot of people that have a lot of talent but no fame. So to have both is extremely difficult to achieve, and the few people have gotten that, you know what I'm saying, Bruce Lee, Tony Jaa, Jet Li would be the primary 3. Everybody else, don't even deal with it. Don't even deal with it. That's my recommendation.